Today's conducting lesson is how to use a baton. You can use any baton that you want to. There's a lot of folks that have a lot of strong opinions on batons. Some use things that look like baseball bats, some have them like this long. And you just have to remember, the baton is a very personal thing. It's got to feel good in your hand. The reason I like using a baton is because a baton disciplines you, and it makes your beat very clear and precise. You'll see there's conductors that never use a baton. There's some that use it sometimes and sometimes not. This is going to be depending upon you and your ensemble, but here's my philosophy. When I'm conducting a group or a passage of music that's mainly vocal or mainly strings and very fluid, I will frequently put my baton down and I'm going to be able to mold and shape those phrases with a relaxed hand. Because there's times when you use a baton, if strings are playing up high or your sopranos are going to be hitting a high note, and you're looking at them with this baton, you're there like, like that, you're going to bring stress on them. However, I will frequently go into situations where I have my orchestra and my choir, we're singing music that has to be very precise, pulling everybody together, and there's nothing like having a baton to show where that beat is. Now this baton I have that I'm showing using this demonstration is somewhat of an odd thing. It's a lighted baton. It's useful to use in some situations where it's a little harder to see. I don't care what kind of baton you use. You find one that feels good to you. When we hold a baton, there's no great this is not rocket science, and here again, you got people that hold them all different ways. I'm going to show you what I do, and then over time you'll have to develop your own technique. I hold a baton like this, and I hold it rather loosely, and what I'm after then is, as we did before when we were just doing the beat with our finger like this, I'm just replacing that with a baton, and we have a snap beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Taking it from this angle, it would be like this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The same rules apply to using a baton as they do with the hands conducting that I showed you in the earlier video. Now in advanced conducting we get a lot more complex than this. We are after learning the art, the craft of making very simple beats, precise beats, and fluid beats so that you can go into any situation having prepared your music. You're going to be very confident, and you're going to be able to take a large group of instrumentalists or singers or both and command a very organized and fluid rehearsal right there. It's a great thing to have a baton. When you go into a situation and you've got a conductor that doesn't know what they're doing, and the first thing they do is they get in, they're scratching their head, and they're not quite sure how to take the leadership of this group. Right away, the group has lost confidence, they've lost respect, and nobody wants to waste their time. And my philosophy of conducting starts with that. It starts with being a good steward of the time, being a good steward of the music, and giving people elegant authority so that they know right away, this person, this man or woman knows what they're doing. They respect me, they respect the music, and now we're going to have a disciplined rehearsal where we're all going to be together right now. That's the basics of using the baton, and of course we'll take from this and expand on it in our class. So then, for review, what you want to be working on is the 1-beat pattern, what I call the 1-2 beat, the 3-beat pattern and the 4-beat pattern, with either your own recordings, or more preferably, unless you're bored of them, the recordings that I've supplied for you. And so we have, to begin with then, with this, comfortably holding this, we've got 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We always snap that 1 beat. It's the one beat that the orchestra and the choir are looking for. And we're at a very simple elementary stage, but 1, 2, 1, 2. Now the 3 beat, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The 4 beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And you notice I snap that beat down. The other beats are quite fluid. You're going to notice that when you're conducting an orchestra or choir, they're looking at that one beat. That's what pulls everybody together. That's what gives clarity. And that's all we're aiming for right now in using the baton and in conducting with the open hand. Now I want to talk about entrances and cutoffs. This is not rocket science either, but it's amazing how many conductors, good conductors, really don't know how to signal to a group of people that they're ready to start and how to signal to everyone we're done. And here again, they do a lot of talking to explain what they're going to do when all they have to do is learn a good conducting technique. I make this very simple now, and here's what we do. When we're conducting and we're going to give what's called the upbeat, that is, we're signaling everybody we're ready to start. We begin the upbeat with the beat previous to what the beginning beat of the piece is. So we're just going to say the beginning beat of the piece is 1. Okay? 1. And if the beginning beat of the piece is 1, then our upbeat is going to be the beat before that. So if we're beating in 4, our upbeat is going to be 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1. And so what we're telling folks, if they're playing an instrument or they're singing, you're going to breathe and come in and 1. For unto us a child is born. For unto us a child is born. Okay. From the back it looks like this. For unto us, and all you have to do is practice. Up, down, up, down. If we're in 3, same thing. Up, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The cutoff is very simple. We cut off by just making a little curly cue like this. Off, off, off. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, off. 1, 2, 3, off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, off. It's very simple. Off. Or sometimes I come in, off. What that does is it's signaling to folks, and they'll get used to your conducting on this, it's signaling to them in slow motion, we're ready to stop, off. So we have, to begin with, our upbeat, and 4 unto us a child is born, 2, 3, cut. So just do that with me. And 4 unto us a child is born, 2, 3, cut. And we'll be practicing this in the class. This gives you just the basics of the upbeat and the cutoff, and we'll practice more on this. But I'm just going to tell you, you can practice this on your own all you want. It's not until you get into a live ensemble situation that you'll do under with me, under my guidance in our ensembles, that you really feel and learn, oh, that's how this feels, okay? And that's how you really get folks to cut off together and to start together. It looks easy, but it really takes the experience, so don't get discouraged and plan on that experience building over time and to make you very successful at this.